This is why free choice should not be a prompt, because I think this is the most wild one I could have chose. I could have chose like a nice old small town cowboy romance. I could have chose just a nice romantasy with dragons, but no, I chose this one. My season is Keira, welcome back to my channel. So today's video, as you guys can see by the background, it is monthly TBR time. I have my TBR jar right here and we're gonna pick our August TBR. Absolutely insane. Yeah, if you don't know how these videos work, I basically am just gonna choose a prompt blindly for my jar and then I will pick a book kind of based on that prompt. Per usual, I'm going to pick 7. Make sure to follow my socials down below. Love my goodreads, my influence, stuff like that is linked down there if you want to check it out. Like, comment, subscribe for more videos of me. And let's just get right into it. Prompt number 1, let's see what it's gonna be. Book by an author you love. Slay. I'm gonna go with Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez. I love Abby Jimenez. I've read all of her books, but this is her newest release of this year. The cover, very summer vibes. It's giving like summer fair, summer festival, summer carnival. I've honestly heard a little bit of like mixed things about this book, and that's why I haven't like had the urge to pick it up, or I haven't picked it up yet. From what I remember, I think it's about these 2 people who meet, either like have a one-night stand or something, but one of them has to like move away for work, I think, and they're either like trying long distance or they don't try. Like, I'm not really sure. I think they have to like try the long distance thing. And I think this one is also really heavy, if I remember correctly. I don't know if it's like grief. It might be someone deals with like dementia or something. I feel like I heard something like that in this book. I'll check out my trigger warnings once again. Yes, for a book by an author that I love, I'm gonna go with Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez. Let's see what prompt number 2 is. Kindle Unlimited book. For this one, honestly, I'm going to just choose a book, and if it's on Kindle Unlimited, then I'm gonna count it as a Kindle Unlimited book. I'm gonna go with Story of My Life by Lucy Score. It is on Kindle Unlimited, as I could spend all day looking at books on Kindle Unlimited to use. This is Lucy Score's newest release, came out earlier this year. Beautiful, cute sprayed edges, and it's one of those typical like Lucy Score books where there's like a grumpy main character, there's good banter, rom-com, hot grumpy contractor. He's like working on her house or something, and I think it might be filmed. I'm not really sure. I kind of just want to go into it being like it's just gonna be a fun Lucy Score book. Banter's gonna be good, it's gonna be spicy, it's gonna be funny. I'm gonna get this also off my summer TBR. For a Kindle Unlimited book, I'm gonna go with Story of My Life by Lucy Score. 2 prompts down. Let's see what prompt number 3 is. Book with great first line. I am going to pick a few different book options. I'm not going to pick one for my summer TBR. We're going to look at the shelves for once. I'm going to pick out a few and then I'm going to read them, and then we'll see which one I think has like the best great first line. I have 3 really random books. Honestly, I don't even know, but here are my choices. I don't know why, but I'm really in the mood for a fantasy. To start off, Shield of Sparrows, which is by Devney Perry. She usually writes small town romance, so this is like her first like romantasy, and I've heard really good things about it, so I'm very excited. Let's see what the first line is. Also, this edition, stunning. Stunning. I kind of like matched the book. Maybe this is a sign. Maybe it'll be good. What if I jumped? I mean, right off the bat, that's pretty intriguing. Personally, I'm hooked. I'm very intrigued. Okay, so this is an option. Number 2 is A Promise and Peridot. This is the second book in the Sacred Stones series. First one is Dawn of Onyx. I don't remember anything about it, actually. So this first line is, I'm going to be sick again. Okay, not as good as Should I Jump? Not bad. Last but not least, Only Mine by Laura Pavlov. I sipped my chai latte, holding it in my spare hand while my other hand rested on the steering wheel. Not intriguing. It's a clear winner because this. I actually don't know like too much about it, but like I said, heard good things. I think it's about like a princess. Okay, I think it's some kind of like marriage of convenience between a prince and a princess, maybe. I don't know if they're like rival kingdoms, but that's all I really need to know. I'm so excited for this. I love Devney Perry, and I'm really intrigued to see how she takes the romantasy genre. For a book with a great first line, I'm gonna go with Shield of Sparrows by Devney Perry. 3 prompts down. Let's see what prompt number 4 is. Book by an author I've never read from before, which means I'm most likely starting a new series. Alrighty guys, so a lot of the books from like new authors I've never read from before are actually all on like my small town cowboy romance shelf, so I decided to just pick one of those because I'm always in the mood for one. Dust Storm by Maggie Gates. This is I believe it's the first book in the Griffith Brothers series. I think it's like a small town series. I don't know if it's specifically cowboy. I've actually heard good things about this on TikTok, but like not very many things, if that makes sense. Okay, Okay, so it seems like it's one of those tropes where it's like city girl, cattle ranch, cowboy type of mailman character. So it seems like this woman named Cassandra comes to this cattle ranch. I don't know what she's doing. I think she might be working. Oh my god, so I think it might be one of those nanny tropes. I think that's what I'm getting. But he's a single dad. It seems like single dad, city girl, grumpy cowboy type romance. I eat those up every time. If you guys do not know me, I love a single dad romance. They're so good. Also, sorry if I look like I'm sweating. I am. I'm very excited. I think it'll just be fun and quick. Hopefully I like it because I definitely would like to read the whole series. A book by an author that I've never read from before. I'm gonna go with Dust Storm by Maggie Gates. Alrighty guys, prompt number 5. Book that starts with the letter of the month. Oh, I feel like I always get this one. It's gonna be August, so I need a book with an A. This is gonna be a repeat. I pretty much just talked about it. I don't want to start a new series, and there's another book that starts with an A that is a first book of a series, and I'm gonna try to continue them. So I'm gonna go with Promise and Peridot by Kate Golden. Like I said, second book in the Sacred Stones series. I don't remember much at all of the first book other than it was like a romantasy. I feel like that's not much information. That's not really helpful, but I do remember liking this first book. I know it's a trilogy. Probably gonna do just a refresher kind of video or something that I can watch so I can remember what happened, but I want to continue the series. Again, it's only a trilogy, so once I finish this one, I only have one more and I'll feel more accomplished. For a book that starts with the letter of the month, I'm gonna go with A Promise and Peridot by Kate Golden. Alrighty guys, prompt number 6. I feel like we're flying through this. Free choice, my favorite prompt. This is why free choice should not be a prompt, because I think this is the most wild one I could have chose. I could have chose like a nice old small town cowboy romance. I could have chose just a nice romantasy with dragons, but no, I chose this one. For my free choice, I'm gonna go a little out there, but I heard many good things, and you know what? I'm intrigued. I'm gonna go with Lights Out by Navessa Allen. I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing that right. So this is the first book in some series, and people were definitely freaking out about this a couple months ago. And what I know of it is I think he's stalking her. So it's kind of giving like Haunting Adeline, but I heard it's a rom-com, like it's a dark rom-com, if that makes sense. I could tolerate that. I don't like dark romance. I don't. Make it a rom-com, make it kind of funny. I want to give it a try. I really don't know if that's what it is. It says, Lights Out is a fast-paced dark romance with a Morley Gray male lead. It seems like this girl drunkenly texts some masked man, and yeah, that turns into a romance. You know what? I heard the audiobook is really, really good, but I can't listen to audiobooks. Maybe I'll give it a try. Low-key, if it's that good and everybody raves about the audiobook, I want to branch out just a little bit. And the second book actually just came out recently, so I think that's also why it's pushed me. And then I saw somebody reading on the beach. When I went with my boyfriend last week, I was like, well, she's reading it, I have to read it. This is my sign. For a free choice, I'm going to go with Lights Out by Navessa Allen. Alrighty besties, we have made it to the very last prompt. This is quite the TBR. Let's see what prompt number 7 is, our last and final prompt. You think will be a 5-star. Okay, this is always really hard for me because I guess I'm very particular about what I think will be a 5-star. Like, I don't give them out actually that often. This might be a hard prompt. I don't really know for this prompt. I'm just gonna pick one off my summer TBR. I really love the series and I love the author. There's a possibility that this third book could be a 5-star, but I also have not heard like best things. Like, people were kind of disappointed on it. But how the last book ended, it could be. So I'm gonna go with Skyshade by Alex Astor. This is the third book in the Lightlark series, and I really love this series. I love just the magical system. I love the characters. I'm usually not like a love triangle girl, but this one's like kind of like an intriguing love triangle. Like, I'm usually on the edge of my seat, like who the hell is our main character going to pick? And it's YA, so it's also not too difficult for me to understand, and it's just so unique, and I just really love the series. I know what team I am. I am Team Grimm, if you were wondering. She's thrown us for a loop, and I feel like we really don't know which one she's gonna choose. Yes, but I think there's 2 more books coming out in this series. She just announced, I can't remember what it's called, but she announced it on her Instagram. Stunning cover. Wow. Is this book and maybe 1 or 2 more books coming out. So I think it was originally supposed to be a trilogy, but then I think it got taken up for 5 books. Not really sure. For a book that I think may be a 5-star, I'm gonna go with Sky Shade by Alex Astor. Alrighty guys, so that is my August TBR. I feel like it's weird, it's random. We'll see, hopefully I read them. So I'm just gonna go through the prompts one more time and then we will wrap up this video. Alrighty, prompt number 1 was book by an author that I love, and I decided to go with Say You Remember Me by Abby Jimenez. Prompt number 2 was a Kindle Unlimited book, and I have the physical copy, but it's also on Kindle Unlimited. I'm gonna go with Story of My Life by vsco. Prompt number 3 was a book with a great first line. I already mentioned it. I'm gonna go with Sheila of Sparrows by Daphne Perry. Prompt number 4 was a book by an author that I've never read from before, and I'm gonna go with The Storm by Maggie Gates. Prompt number 5 was a book that starts with the letter of the month, and I'm gonna go with A Promise of Peridot by Kate Golden, and it starts with an A for August. Prompt number 6 was a free choice, and I decided to go with Lights Out by, I think it's Nevessa Allen. And last but not least, prompt number 7 was a book that I think will be a 5-star, and I'm just gonna widely guess Sky Shade by Alex Astor. Alrighty besties, so that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Another month down, another TBR down. I think it's so crazy that I only have, what, like 4 of these to film before the end of the year. Don't even get me started. I love having just like a little bit of a variety, and I don't always finish my TBRs like fully for the month. I don't think I've even finished a TBR fully this year, maybe like once. They're just books I can reference back to for the month. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to follow all my socials down below, along with my goodreads, my Amazon wishlist, stuff like that is down there if you want to check it out. Like, comment, subscribe, and reviews by me. And I see you guys next week for another video. Bye!